MandoBug Crafts, episode 15. I am MandoBug, also known as Amanda. And hey guys, if you're new, welcome to the show. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I really do appreciate it. So, starting out with something I've learned. This week, I learned how to do set-in sleeves. So, if you saw last week's episode, I was working on a sweater. And it was knit in, well, it's crocheted actually. So it was crocheted in pieces. And you have to seam it all together. And I had never done that before. And the seam that I used, I think, is pretty standard. I used a YouTube video by Patton's. I'll go ahead and link to it in my show notes, which there is a link in the YouTube description of this video, which will take you back to my blog. And on my blog I have all my notes linked, so you can go find most everything that I'm talking about. And you know what? If I don't link something that you want to know about, hit me up on Ravelry or Facebook or, I don't know, you'll find me out there, Pinterest. Can you send messages on Pinterest? I don't know. I mean, your best chances of getting a hold of me, oh, or you could make a YouTube comment. But your best chance of getting a hold of me are on Ravelry. So, yeah, that's where my link notes are. So this YouTube video that I watched on how to do the seams was really thorough, and I enjoyed watching it, and I learned a lot. It was for knitted material, but I found a way to adapt it with the crocheted material that I was working with. So I went ahead and shot a little video in advance of me seaming the sweater together, so I'll go ahead and insert it right here. So that's basically what I did. I really rushed myself on that sweater. I spent hours and hours and hours of a couple days in a row to finish it on time. So, but in making it, I did learn how to do that, and I'm actually kind of glad because it seems like a useful stitch in sewing, in regular sewing, and not just seaming garments in knit and crochet. So, very useful technique. I would recommend going and checking out that video. So on to works in progress. So I only have two really going on right now. I have a lot that I need to cast on and start, but currently I have I still have a cabled baby sock on my needles. This is the seasoned, I think it's 4 seasons baby cabled baby socks. It's a really long title, but it is. It's in my notes. I've showed it for the last 2 weeks, I think, because I'm making 3 pairs, so 6 socks. So I got that on the needles. I'm using Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn in the ivory colorway. It's worsted weight on size 5 needles, I think. The pattern calls for 6, but I only had 5. Or maybe that's vice versa. You know, I should probably check that out. I know I'm either up or down a size from what's recommended, just because I don't have a very big collection of double pointed needles, and I think these are kind of small to try the magic loop. I don't mind the magic loop, I just like it on bigger, I don't know, maybe I just don't like the magic loop and I prefer DPNs. But yeah, I got these at Hobby Lobby, I think, and they're really cheap, and I noticed, I don't know if you can see, but the color is wearing off the tips of the needles, so not super surprised about that, but you get what you pay for, right? And then my other work in progress is not knitting or crochet, it is cross stitch. So I had mentioned last week the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to start any of the patterns. Well, I was wrong. You guys could probably tell my personality by now, and you're like, yeah, there's no way you can resist. And you're right, I couldn't. I got the 2012 Winter Sampler, and what I was going to do was I was going to make, it's all these little samplers that are Christmas themed. I was going to make them individually and hoop them up as ornaments and send them out with my Christmas gifts this year, but I made one, and he's super cute. He's a little Yeti, and it's on this glitter Ada that I had found at Michael's, I think, but you can barely see him. See the white thread? So, like, from far away you can kind of see him, but you can't see the snowflakes that are out and about. So that is my fault. The pattern tells you that it's not recommended for you to use white fabric, and I thought maybe because it was kind of off-white and it glittered it would be enough, but it wasn't. I mean, you can tell the white is not the same color, but it is not separate enough. It's not, this isn't dark enough. So, and also I didn't end up liking the way he looked in the hoop, so I decided against that. But I was stitching along with Lindsay of the Knit One podcast, and she is making the entire sampler, and just seeing her progress, I got super duper jealous. And I was like, man, she's going to have the whole sampler, and she's going to be able to frame it and hang it up. I want one. So I decided to start my own entire sampler instead of sending them out. So I did that, and I made the same mistake again. So here was the progress I had made. I had made the first block with the little one, but the one is in white, and this fabric is not contrasting enough for it to show up. I mean, you can kind of see it, but from back here you can't see it at all. And I mean, there's little snowflakes in the snow globe that you can't see. So, yeah. So I stopped, and I started again. What? This is how bad I want this sampler. This time I did it on light blue, and I think it's contrasting enough. So I've got blocks 1 through 4 sketched out, and started the globe again. It's not super contrasting, but I think it's contrasting enough that it's gonna work. Unlike the other two. Lindsay is doing hers in a beige color, and it's probably the best color that she could have picked because she has no issues with hers at all, and I'm super jealous. So, I mean, jealous in a good way, right? I'm not like, it's not a bad jealous, it's a good jealous. So, oh, almost forgot. Because I started the Frosted Pumpkin stitchery design, I felt really bad because I was leaving Mr. Snowman behind, and so I did some work on him too. So I had only had the head and the hat kind of done. Now I've outlined the hat, added the little scarf looking thing around the hat, and I've added the scarf around his neck, and I've started a little bit of the border. So can't tell if I'm looking at that at an angle or not. But yeah, so I didn't want him to feel unloved, so I did some work on him too. So, which only further reminds me how slow cross stitch is. It's really slow, and it makes you lose track of time. I know when I was stitching with Lindsay, we put on Prometheus, and like as soon as it started, it seemed like the movie was over, and I was like, whoa. Where did the time go? What happened? So, it does. And I don't feel like I got very much done in that amount of time, but it is relaxing. If you need to unwind, we had some tea with it. It was amazing. So, that's what I've been working on for Works in Progress. I do need to cast on, well, not really cast on, but I need to start another Viking hat, and I also need to start these crocheted dolls, but you'll hear about them enough in the future, so I'll leave that for another episode. So moving on to finished objects. I finished some more baby socks. So I think last episode I had a pair, and now I have another pair. So I have 2 pairs. I have 4 out of 6 done, and you saw 1 on the needles. So I really just have like 1 3/4 sock to go. The socks don't take that long to make. I've just been so busy this week with that Christmas sweater that I haven't really gotten much done on these. But I should be able to finish them up, put loops on them, and send them out in the mail so that the customer can put them on her gifts for Christmas. So I'm really enjoying making these socks. Once you kind of get used to the pattern, they don't take that long. I mean, the cables slow me down here and there, but like, I think I'm addicted to socks now. I see the fever. I mean, real sock knitters are probably like, those are worsted weight and they're babies. So, and they're not even going to be used on the feet, so whatever. But I'm sure it can't be that much different. It will only take longer using sock weight yarn. and which will give me more room for better, cooler patterns. I'm pretty sure the first pair of socks I'm going to make myself are going to be cabled because I just love the cables on these. They're beautiful, and it's not too hard to, it doesn't take too much of my concentration. I've been knitting these while I watch TV, and they're really portable, and I think I would like that with socks. A lot of the podcasters I watch that knit socks talk about how that's their knitting on the go, and I'm jealous. I want to have some knitting on the go. So, yeah, I think I'm addicted to socks. So my giant finished object this week, what took up most of my time, was the ugly Christmas sweater that I promised my friend last year. I finished it on time. I am seriously proud of myself for this. I cannot believe that I finished it on time. I did have to slave away for hours and hours and hours, but it was totally worth it. I had to give it to him before today so he could wear it to his work's ugly sweater contest. So I went ahead and pre-recorded the object before I gave it away to him. So I'll go ahead and I'll insert the video right here. Hey, so I'm sitting here with crazy frazzled hair because I've been working and working and working to meet my deadline to finish the Christmas sweater, and it's done. And I'm gonna share it with you right now because I have to go take it to the future owner. He needs to enter it in an ugly Christmas sweater contest. I don't know, soon, but I told him I'd get to him today. So here it is. It's huge, so I'm gonna attempt to share this the best I can. Okay, let's back up. So here's the sweater in all its glory. And like I said before, this is an extra large. It is a little big, but he's like, 6'4", 6'5". I mean, he's a tall guy, so he needed the extra large size. Okay. So on the inside of the sweater here, I made a little pack. This is upside down. It's got the batteries for the lights. So I'll turn those on, put it back in its little thing, and it sits right here in the front of the sweater on the inside. That's where the pocket is. But look, it lights up! Whee! I don't know how well you can tell because it is, the middle of the day. But there's lights in the tree, and they light up. It can't get any uglier than that, right? And then he wanted elbow pads. So I have a gingerbread man. And I just made I made it up as I went. So I just made a random size square and then just started crocheting and did whatever I thought would turn out to look like a gingerbread man. I wish his torso was a little longer, but it works. And then the other elbow patch is a snowman. And I just made it up. I just chained some and attached it in places for the scarf. Did 2 circles. These are French knots. A little bit of embroidery. So, overall, I'm very pleased with the sweater. And I can't believe I finished it on time. If I had more time, I probably would have added some stuff up here by the tree. And maybe, additionally, decorate the back. But, I didn't. I barely had time to finish this on time. So, get meow. But yeah, so the sweater. So yeah, I'm really proud of that sweater. I think it came out amazing. I used the base pattern, like I said, and then I just embellished with whatever I felt like. All those little pom-poms were hand sewn in, so he should be able to wash the sweater. I can't believe it turned out the way it did. I didn't get a picture of it on him. I guess from what I heard, it was a little too big, but I'd rather it be a little too big than too small, because, I mean, people wear baggy sweatshirts and that's not a big deal. And he won! So that was really exciting too. I guess he got some sort of Starbucks gift card for it, and I know he won, but I feel like I won because I made it, so that was really exciting. Definitely made it worthwhile. I love crafting and making gifts like that because he was so happy with it. And, you know, he's like, people think I'm crazy for wanting to pay for a sweater like that, but I'm going to have it for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be able to embarrass my kids for the rest of their life. So you have to admire his purpose. So I'm glad I was able to provide that for him because no one else will have a sweater like that. Well, unless someone sees mine and loves it so much they recreate it, which that would really make me feel good. So, but yeah, Christmas sweater, man. So for check it out this week, I went to the Goodwill, which I often do, at least once a month. I guess maybe that's not often then. Okay, as I seldomly do, I guess. I don't know, is once a month seldom? I don't know. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I went to the Goodwill, and I always browse their hobbies book. Our Goodwill, we're fortunate enough, it has like a little library in it. I guess they just get so many donated books that they're able to have a library with a little cafe in it. It's amazing. And while I was there, I could not pass up these books, and I'd like to share them. The one that I definitely had to get was this one. It's Better Homes and Gardens 501 Quilt Blocks. I could not pass it up because I'm trying to get into quilting, and it has over 500 different blocks in it, and you can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. But the biggest thing that got me was the first few pages aren't quilt blocks. They're quilt patterns for if you're making a quilt out of samplers, which is what this entire book is nothing but sampler blocks, and there's at least, 12 different layouts for sampler quilts, and that just blew my mind. I didn't know that books come out like that. So let me see this one too. In this example, all the squares are cats, but you could use any of the sampler blocks inside of this main quilt design. So I thought that was amazing, and so I had to get it. And I mean, it's paperback, so it was really cheap. The Goodwill prices their books by paperback and hardback, and I got two paperback, this one and this one, for $6. So this other book is fat quarter friendly, and this I purchased because of my inability to say no to fat quarters that are just so darn cute. So I always browse the fat quarter bins at fabric stores and the remnants bins, and if there's something cute and it's only like $1, I can't say no. I have an issue. I have a problem. Hopefully I'm not the only person out there with this problem, but I figured this book will help me. It's got quilts that are specifically made so that you would be able to use fat quarters. So there's a bunch of really cute quilts in here. I think the ones I'm drawn towards are like the plaid ones. I really like the plaid ones. But I mean, it's adaptable to any fabric you want. It's really just a design, and you do what you choose with it. But I mean, they got some really cute quilts in here, so I couldn't say no. So hopefully when this holiday season slows down and I don't have as many orders, I will get to do some more sewing and quilting, and you'll be seeing more of that. So for current events, I'm really just doing Nerd Wars, and really doing Nerd Wars it's not quite accurate. I'm still on my team. It is round 3, but I haven't been focused on the challenges. I've been doing so many projects for other people that I'm gonna have to try to work what I'm doing into the challenges. So it's interesting. It's the first round that it's been like that for me, but I shouldn't really be too surprised because it's the holiday season. So and my dissertation, I haven't touched it in weeks, and I need to finish it. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I have other deadlines that I need to meet before the end of the month, And I figured as soon as those deadlines are done and met, then I can focus on my dissertation, especially the closer it gets to Christmas, because I'll have a bunch of time off that I can work on that project in. So I'm kind of worried, but not too worried. Upcoming events. Ooh, this is probably something I'm really excited about. Oh my god, my English is so bad today. Probably something I'm excited about. I think I know if I'm excited about it. I am excited about this. My yarn for the Tentacowl knit along came in today. Well, not today, but it came in. So, oh my god, this yarn is more beautiful than I thought it was going to be. It's Dream in Color Smushy with Cashmere, and it's the softest yarn I've ever worked with, and I haven't even worked with it yet. It's the softest yarn I'm about to work with. The cashmere makes a difference. So this is a fingering weight, you know, I'm pretty sure it's sock yarn. Smushy is sock yarn. And it's like this silvery, purpley, and it's got that, I don't know, to me it looks like there's a gleam of like a green in the silver, but maybe I see colors weird, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love, love, love it. And it's gonna make an awesome cowl. And I got beads for it because it came in. I was able to pick out beads, and I got these beads from a local fabric store. Oh, you're getting a reflection from my window on them. They are like how do you say that? Like a opalescent color? I don't know how to describe it, but it shines pink and blue in the light, and I figured these two together are gonna be an awesome combination. So I'm really excited for that to start. It doesn't start until the day after Christmas, so if you want to join me and a whole bunch of other people who have already decided that they're doing it as well, you have time to get the pattern until the day the first clue comes out. I mean, you can still get it afterwards, but it won't be at its discounted price anymore. So, I'm really excited about that. Oh, and my yarn. So I ordered it online from Eat Sleep Knit on Black Friday, and they were having a deal. And with this, I got a yarn lotto ticket. So is that not the coolest thing ever? There's 6 squares and you scratch them all off. If you match any 3 like prizes, you win a prize. You win a prize. I didn't win a prize, but I just wanted to share it because that's the coolest thing ever. Coolest thing ever. And I live in Georgia, but not near Atlanta. And they have it so if you win, you can mail the card back in. Like that's awesome. And I mean, it says it takes like 2 weeks for your prize to like show up, but like some of the prizes they had on here was like $5 store credit, $100 store credit, a skein of squish, a mitten kit. Like that's pretty cool stuff. So if you've never checked out Eat Sleep Knit, check them out. They have a yarn lotto, the yarn lotto, and a yarn-a-thon where you hit milestones of how many miles worth of yarn you've purchased and you get stuff. So I think it resets every year, so you may want to wait until January to start purchasing from there. But if you just can't contain yourself, like I couldn't, why not start now? Excuse me. So that's basically all I got for you guys this week. Have a good week, and I will see you next week.